Alright y'all, we're going to do something a little bit different on this video. I want to start this off by just asking you guys if you enjoy the video, if you guys learn anything from this, to just drop a like on the video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe. I do appreciate you guys who have been watching the videos recently, and I want to keep more Call of Duty content coming for you guys. So if you guys could do that, I really appreciate you guys. Now let's get into the video. What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about Black Ops 6, everything we like about the game, some of the things that we hate, and some things that just need a little bit of love. So we'll get right into it. Let's start off with two things. So before I fully start this video, or it's actually just one thing I just want to say. So I just want to say this isn't a settings video, but I do want to let you guys know one important setting that you might want to change that'll just automatically make your experience a little bit better. And that's your auto mantle in your movement settings. You want to go ahead and turn that off. I mean, if you want to keep it on, that's your prerogative. But basically, sometimes you're going to automatically mantle something when you don't want to. And, sometimes when you're in gunfights, you're strafing side to side, you start to climb up on something, your whole body is exposed, and you know what ends up happening. So that's something that I would recommend for most players to try to turn off if you haven't done that already. Alright, so let's get right into it. Let's talk about one of the things I do like about this game, and that is the Omni movement. Honestly, it feels smooth, it feels pretty natural, and it has definitely saved my ass a few times already, being able to dive backwards and, just do some of those other movements. So I definitely like the Omni movement. It feels smooth, and it just feels pretty natural. So I'm still not a movement guy at the core, so I'm still trying to get used to sliding and stuff like that a little bit more often. It's something that I don't really think about. I usually just, as soon as I see somebody, I automatically just want to aim and shoot. And I'm trying to train myself to use some of these movements and stuff like that to take advantage of certain gunfights. But it's just so fucking weird to me. If you started off in the old CODs, I mean, the most you could do was like dive back in the day on Black Ops 1, and then I don't really remember when the slide started getting incorporated into it. But I mean, honestly, if you started out playing a long time ago when that was the movement, this is going to feel weird to you because the dive was a terrible option. You would always die when you tried to dolphin dive. It was like a meme type of thing where, you would just try to see what kind of funny reactions you could get out of people by actually killing them with it, because it was, pretty bad. So moving on from there, we're going to talk about the weapons. The weapons feel really good. Now, mainly what I use is a little bit of the marksman rifles, but mainly what I use is the submachine guns and the assault rifles. The XM4, if you have a problem that the XM4 or the KVS or the C9 cannot handle, you have some serious damn problems, because those guns are amazing. The SWAT 556, the iron sights are pretty nice. Some of the other iron sights I'm definitely not a fan of. I think it was the Ames iron sight. I could not wait to get that to get a sight on that one. There's another one that I'm not thinking of. I think that comes before the Ames that I didn't enjoy the iron sight on that one either. So that's how I felt about the iron sights for the ARs. For the submachine guns, the iron sights are on point. The C9 iron sights are great. The KVS or the KSV, whichever one, that one has some great iron sights. I will point out one problem I did have with the weapons though. It was almost like we had like 3 clones of the same weapon. So you have the KVS, it looks like a little baby AK. Then you get to the Jackal, also looks like a baby AK. And then you get to the final submachine gun, and again looks like another little baby AK. Like, it's like we have like 3 of the same thing. And then the weirdest part about it is now we have an AK-47, but it's actually an AK-74. So now the AK-74 from Black Ops 1, which was a submachine gun, now in Black Ops 6 is a full-on assault rifle. Definitely kind of weird to see. The silencer, you guys should definitely be running silencers if you're not doing it already. I mean, if you don't enjoy running silencers, that's totally up to you. But I will say that if you look in the stats, it doesn't show any negatives for using a silencer. So you're literally not showing up on the mini map for free. It's definitely worth using, you know, if you ask my opinion. Now, the noob tubes, oh my god, these are going to be annoying. I've ran into them already first day. I've seen videos. Here's a couple of screenshots right here of people already running into cheaters on day one. I have ran into everything from shotguns to noob tubes. I think I might have ran into a couple of cheaters, but the noob tubes are crazy in this game. If you do not have flak jacket, if that person has a decent shot with that thing close enough to you, it is a one-shot kill with that thing if you do not have on flak jacket. So I've seen a lot of people running it. I could have swore in older games, if I want to say in Black Ops 1, I feel like you couldn't run a silencer along with a noob tube. I'll have to double check, but I could have swore there were certain games where you could not, run that combination. But you can do that here in Black Ops 6, which is, I mean, honestly, I don't see myself running a noob tube, but if you were going to do it, I mean, you still have a silencer, so that then you can just choose to go loud with the noob tube whenever you want to, like if you run into a tough situation. So that's definitely worth using, man. I would definitely use the noob tube if that's your type of deal. All right, so let's get into the connection. So the connection is where I first ran into some issues. I was having a pretty good time for the first few hours. And then the first game that I came back, I was skipping back and forth all over the place. I was running full speed. The other person in front of me, my target, is running full speed. I pull up, I start shooting. This person literally takes the time to shoot somebody else on a different angle than me while I'm standing in front of him. And then he turns and shoots me, and there are still no bullets coming out of my gun on his screen when I'm watching the kill cam. So, literally there are no bullets coming out of your gun. Sometimes the hit detection does feel a little bit off, but I kind of expected that because the game just released. They're going to be having patches and stuff like that. Same thing with the spawns. The spawns are terrible on Babylon. Honestly, it feels like the spawns regressed. I know that sounds weird because they updated them in the beta to make them better. Even though I didn't really notice much of a difference on the second weekend once they did that update. But honestly, now with the game, with the full release, it feels like the spawns reverted back. I was instantly getting into lobbies where my team was fully spawn trapped, like where the A flag in domination is, and in that little tower, and it just reminded me of that week one of the beta where people could just sit around and stare into the spawn and just sit there and kill you. Morphine injector. I was a little bit worried about this. A lot of people were worried about this because this was one of the most hated things in Black Ops 1. This was one of the most hated things in Modern Warfare 3. I honestly have no idea why they would want to bring any of this back. I still have videos where I clutched a Moab or a nuke in Modern Warfare 3 in Final Stand. So I just wanted to show how annoying it is. I have no idea why they wanted to bring this back. I really don't get it. But luckily it's only here as a field upgrade, so you're not going to be running into it every time. Here's a clip of what it actually looked like back in Black Ops 1. I just want to put these sort of side by side so you can see how bad it was. Excuse the grainy footage, but yeah, this is from my old channel, my Black Ops 1 days, and you can see how bad Final Stand was in that one. So it's definitely not as bad as it used to be. The maps definitely need some love. We need some new maps. These maps are honestly not that great. They have a couple that are pretty fun to run, but I do have to say that I could definitely use some new maps, and definitely sooner rather than later. So there are a lot of people who are doing breakdowns of the maps who are a little bit off, because when you look at it, some of these maps are actually pretty large, and I like the fact that they have multiple levels and multiple different routes that you can take to get around the map if you're smart enough, if you pay attention to some of the ways that you can get around. A lot of routes that go underground, so you can sneak through and grab objectives on the other side of the map, or sneak up on campers that are just like, you know, staring into your spawn, and you know your teammates keep running out like lemmings, just running into the slaughter over and over again. I like some of the different features that some of the maps have, and some of the different stuff that you can do. So on Subsonic, for example, it lets you climb the planes and like open and close like the hangar doors. And even my least favorite map, which is Lowtown, I get so pissed every time somebody votes for that in the lobby. But honestly, Lowtown, it has plenty of like water for you to like traverse around in, like swim around in, and it leads you to different key points on the map as far as like hard points and domination flags and stuff like that. So it's definitely useful. Here's the problem. The water combat is terrible. I don't know if you guys have tried this out, but the pistols are just kind of like lackluster to use under the water for some reason. You can use your regular gun if you swim up to the top of the water, but if the other person has a pistol, they're just going to shoot you while you're on your way up to the top. So you're going to have to already be there most likely when the gunfight starts. And another problem I noticed was when someone else is in the water and you're not. I'm going to show you guys a clip really quick. This is me shooting down at somebody who is swimming around in the water, and as you can see, like the bullets are just not registering. Like I unloaded half of a clip on this person, and as you can see, it looks like they maybe counted about 3 to 4 shots of that, and you know, I was already dead by then. But you know, it's just pretty inconsistent when it comes to shooting people who are in the water. Sometimes it feels perfectly fine, and sometimes it does stuff like this. I did run into some situation where I was like, what do they call it? Like rubber banding around, like I was snapping around side to side. And again, you know, having that same issue from before where, you know, my gun wasn't going off. So I only noticed it on certain maps, but I don't think it's anything, you know, specifically tied to the map. But I noticed that I really only ran into that issue when I was playing on like Payback, or I think the other one was Derelict. So Derelict and Payback are the only two ones where I ran into that issue. But all in all, I would probably, if I'm gonna have to give this some sort of number, I would give this game probably like a 7.5 out of 10. I honestly see myself playing this game for the year. I'm already having fun now. We have new weapons that are going to be coming, new maps that are going to be coming. Obviously, there's going to be some new trade-offs that are going to be shitty to deal with, because we already know our community is kind of toxic, man. If they find something that they can take advantage of, they're going to do it. I've already seen it. The noob tubes are going crazy. The hackers were going crazy. Day one, minute one, they didn't waste any time. So all in all, if I had to give this thing a number, I would rate this game a 7, maybe a 7.5 out of 10. I definitely see myself playing this game for the whole year. On top of that, I'm already having fun right now. I'm having fun right now, and we are a few weeks away from our first update for Season 1. We have Warzone coming. We have new weapons. I'm hoping new maps are coming, please. And if we can get all of that, get some of these spawns in check, and sort of get this connection in order, I really, really wish we could update these servers, but we know they probably never will until these things like explode. But until then, if they can just get those few things in order, I think we're going to have a great time playing this game. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Please, if you did, please leave a like on the video, subscribe, because we are going to be having more Call of Duty content going forward in the future. And I thank you guys for watching, man. Peace.
Lately I've been going through some shit, but I'll be okay. Got real life shit going on, ain't nothing to do with paper. Drunk a whole 8 of